Hello everybody and welcome to the first tofu cookery in my series. I wanted to start with a very easy one and also a very easy tofu to cook with. A lot of tofus require a little bit of preparation, but I find that this particular brand is already pretty much in a state where you can just go ahead and cook with it. So there's very little preparation involved in terms of the tofu, and this is a recipe where you can pretty much just pop it all into the oven in one go with very little hassle, and then it's pretty much ready to eat within half an hour, depending on your oven settings obviously. So this one, the first recipe is going to be a take on a one pot dish, except it's a one tin foil dish. So what you're going to need is some extra firm tofu. So for this one, I am using this brand, which is the Tofu Company Naked Organic Tofu. It's handmade, it's good quality, and oops, as you can see, there's a little bit of water there, excuse me. But it's really firm tofu. As you can see, there is a little bit of water, but in all honesty, I don't think we really need to squeeze it, which I'll show you how we do it in future tofu recipes. So that's the first ingredient. The other ingredient I like to use is tomatoes in this recipe, just because with the flavors that we're using, it just gives it a nice tang. I'm also using some garlic paste. This is about 2 teaspoons of garlic paste, the same amount of Italian herbs or basil. I'm going to also use about 2 teaspoons of olive oil. You may need more, again, depending on your oven settings or oven in general. And then I've also got 2 teaspoons of just some organic vegetable stock. This one is the Swiss vegetable variety of bouillon from Marigold. You can get this in Holland & Barrett and also on Amazon. I can link all of the ingredients in the comments below if you want. And then finally, just a little bit of black peppercorn. First thing you want to do, just pop your tofu in the centre. Don't worry about being too neat and tidy, but just make sure that it's in as much in the centre as you can. And then it's basically a case of just throwing in all of your ingredients. What I'm going to do is just pop the tea. Don't worry about which order it goes in. You can pretty much just bang it in because you're going to close the tin foil anyway. So it's all going to kind of mulch together. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this. I don't think I'm going to add much more. If you're going to, this is for one person by the way, so if you wanted to do more, then you would probably use all of those herbs. Good drizzle of olive oil. I should put that all in. And then some stock. Now this stock, the idea is it's going to flavour because we're going to do something later with it, which will give you an amazing sauce, okay? So don't worry about the quantities. This is good quality, as good quality as you can get stock. Don't get just cheap stuff because it's got a lot of sodium and salt in. And then with these, I'm just going to put these in, take them off the vine. You don't have to use vine tomatoes, you can use normal and chop them up. I just like these because I like the way they kind of pop and they've got a really sweet flavour. Just put it all up in a bundle. So once it's like that, keep it nice and tight, and then you're going to add this into the oven on your tray and you're going to allow it to bubble away. We're just looking for the oil to start sizzling up the tofu. And then when we feel that the tomatoes have started to break down, that's when we want to just open out the tin foil and we're going to switch it to the grill. And that's really important, and you'll see why, because it just helps to crust up the tofu nicely. So pop this into your oven and then I'll show you what it should look like when we're going to switch it to the grill, okay? You will also need a cup of water. I did forget that. So just get a cup of water. It's just to drizzle on it later, but we'll get to that. So you grab a cup of water and I'll see you when we get to the next step. Okay, so I've removed the tofu from the oven and I've just turned the slices over. And so you can see they're not quite brown yet, but they have started to catch a bit of colour on the edges. At this point, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of water, just a little drizzle. Okay, what that does is it just starts to create a sauce inside, and it also stops the sauce from burning and getting stuck to the tin foil. You are going to get a little bit of catching, but what you don't want to do is put too much water into the fact that the tofu is actually swimming in it. So I have turned off the oven and I'm now going to turn on my grill, and then you're going to add the tofu into the grill on a kind of a medium heat. Don't go too high because it will burn. you're looking for a bit of colour. And then when you see colour on one side, just turn them over. And then I'll show you what we're going to do next, which is where we're going to get a lot of amazing flavour in the final thing. So I'll be back in a minute once I have popped them into the grill. Okay, just one thing while they're in the grill, please keep an eye on them. Don't let them sit in there on their own because they will burn. As soon as it starts to get some nice brown colour on it, that's when you've got to turn it over, but let it get some flavour on it a bit first. Obviously be careful and use an oven glove if you've got one, and I use these tongs, which I love because they're just easy to deal with, and they're silicone, so you're not going to burn. But yeah, so I'll see you on the next stage. Okay, so this is at the stage now where I'm actually happy and ready to serve it. I'm just going to pick a piece up for you to see. It's got lovely colour on it. You can leave it for longer if you want more crust on it, but I'm really hungry and the smell of it with the garlic and everything is making my stomach rumble. So I'm going to serve it and then I'm going to show you the next stage, because there is something that we're going to do with this sauce just to make it a little bit more rich. So I'm going to take my tofu to one side, and I've just prepared a little bed for it. So this is just some spelt quinoa, red rice and some wild rice. I add some capers in there. These are just some shredded up carrot and then some watercress and other bits. And that's just what I had in my fridge. So then I'm going to add the tofu slices and the tomatoes to this now. And then with this now, this is going to be an absolutely delicious sauce. Don't throw that away. So just pop in. I'll just move this over so you can see. There we go. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water to this now. Yeah, that's enough, because it's got olive oil in, and I'm now adding water, and it's got some of the tomato juices in, it's got the garlic, the herbs, the black pepper. You don't really need anything else in a sauce. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to close up my tin foil into a really tight bundle, okay, as tight as possible, and then I'm just going to shake it up, open it back up again, and there we go. It's like a little gravy. But now I'm going to go back to this, and I'm just going to sort of pour it all over. Like that. And now you can see this beautiful tofu. It's got an amazing sauce on there now. I'm just going to take a little bit and slice it open. So you can see that the centre is nice and soft, but the outside has got that beautiful crust on it. And then you've got all of the sauce that has now gone into the topping, and you can save a little bit of sauce over. You don't have to put it all in one go, and you can just add it into a little side dish. And actually you could probably do that again and make even more sauce if you wanted to, but I think that's enough. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I think this is one of my favourite recipes, especially for lunch, because I work at home a lot of the time, and I can just pop this in the oven, in the grill, and it takes me about half an hour to do, and it means that I've got a really healthy, delicious lunch. It's excellent for workout, post-workout, so much protein, so much fibre, so many different nutrients, and also it looks pretty nice as well, because you eat with our eyes too. So I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. I'm going to be doing some more in this tofu series, so keep a watch out for the next videos that are coming. And if you've got any specific requests or questions, you can pop them in the comments below, or you can send me a private message if you prefer. You can also follow me on Instagram, Life by Ms. Lewis. We'll pop all of the details underneath, but I welcome any questions that you've got or any requests. But now I'm off because I'm smelling this and it's making my stomach rumble like mad, so I'm going to go and eat it. I hope you like it if you did it, and tag me on my social media channels. Like I said, they're down below, and I will feature you in my stories. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and I will be back soon with another tofu recipe. See you. Bye.